Hi guys, if you don't know me, my name is Jake and the channel you're watching, 787 Dude, is all about planes and aviation. And in today's video, I thought I would be doing something different. And I thought, let's rate some airlines. Now, rate some airlines on what? That's a good question, because I was thinking, how their flight is or whatever. And I thought, well, actually, I've only flown 4 airlines. You know, I've flown many flights, but I've only actually flown 4 airlines. So I thought, I can't really do that because it's not really fair, and BA will just end up on top, which, respectfully, BA isn't the best with service, but it's my personal favourite airline, but there's no problem with that. So I thought, well, actually, what do all airlines have in common? And all of the airlines have a livery, right? So I thought, let's do a livery. And as you can see, if you're an av geek like me, you can tell these airlines here are only European airlines. So this is going to be part of a series. It's going to be called Rating Airlines series. So the first one is Europe, and then I might move on to North America or all of the continents in the world, other than Antarctica, obviously, because I don't think that actually has any airlines. So yeah, let's get into the video. So as you can see, we've got 5 tiers, and well, we've got the best one, which, you know, you can't beat it. You can't beat the livery. It's so good, you just can't beat it. The next one looks amazing. Now, the middle area, you know, is room for improvement. It's a okay livery, but it could be a lot better. And then the fourth one's just meh. It's okay. It's just livery at that point. And then the next one's an eyesore, and that is just why? Like, why this doesn't even look good like that, you know? Okay, so I will also be showing each livery. If you've never seen a livery before, I will show you the livery of the airline. Obviously, most of these airlines operate different types of aircraft, so I will show you the nicest looking one in my opinion. So yeah, let's get into the video. So I'll just start off with left to right and go down the column. So first, Aer Lingus. Here's Aer Lingus livery. There you go. Now, Aer Lingus, the livery off memory isn't terrible, but to be fair, it's not like the best. Like, if I look at Aer Lingus, I'm not going, wow, that's so cool. You know, I've never seen anything better. But if I was to rate Aer Lingus from, you know, in the category, I would give Aer Lingus a fair... I would give an Aer Lingus, you know, room for improvement, to be honest. Because it's one of the One World partners, and in my opinion, the One World partners don't have the best of liveries. But, you know, it's okay. It could be worse, it could be better. Looks amazing, I think could be a bit of a, like, over-exaggeration, but is just a bit of being mean. So, Finnair. Now, Finnair has, you know, quite plain liveries, no pun intended there. And to be honest, it really is just Finnair logo on the side, and that's about it. Which is fine, because most airlines are like that nowadays. But the lack of, like, excitement in it, to be honest, is going to go in a meh. And Finnair's service, from what I've heard, is amazing. So if this was a review on their service, then, you know, Finnair would be a bit higher. But I think, you know, the aircraft they operate, you know, like the 350, the 321, like, they're really nice aircraft, but the liveries just aren't that good. And Ryanair. To be honest, Ryanair's liveries are packed full. I don't think there's a spot of white. Well, actually, there is. That's a lie. But Ryanair is like that classic budget airline, like lots of different colours, really pops in your face. And especially on a 737, which in my opinion is quite a mean-looking plane. And I'm not sure if you understand what I mean by that, but you know, the pointy noses, I'm sure, you know, if you've watched my videos before and I talk about it, you probably know what I'm talking about. So, Ryanair, to be honest, again, it's probably going to go in a room for improvement, because I think it pops a bit too much. But it's going to go in front of Aer Lingus. Like, it's not worse than Aer Lingus. It's like... So let me just shuffle that around. there we go. So again, like you've just seen there, airlines can be moved around, like, yeah. So obviously you've seen the liveries, but I am, you know, thinking the memories off of livery after seeing them. That's also partly why not all airlines are on here. So moving on to the next one, Air France. To be honest, I think Air France livery looks really nice, especially on an A350. And also, I think it's not, yes, it's a lot of white, but I like how the Air France is like bold and the tail as well. So to be honest, with Air France, it's gonna have to go in looks amazing. Because, and I think, to be honest, the European liveries are quite boring. I'm not gonna lie, some of them are a bit meh, like literally. But I think when we get onto North American, Asian, that's when the airlines liveries actually start to pop. So SAS. To be honest with you, SAS, they make their A320 Neos look really nice, but the livery itself just isn't that good. It's gonna go in meh, you know, just like Finnair. Yeah, that's where it goes. SAS livery, you've seen it on screen. You probably agree with me as well. Please let me know what you think in the comments below, because it'd be nice to have your opinion as well as mine. Now, Iberia livery, here it is. Now, I've drawn an Iberia A320 a Neo before, which you've probably seen before maybe. So this one's quite easy for me. I can actually look at it and see, oh, that's what the livery looks like. And looking at Iberia is a classic airline livery. There's nothing special about it, but I like the yellow and red. And I like how the Iberia just, like, sometimes they look shiny on some of the A320s. It looks really good, which means it's going to go and look amazing. There. So, Swiss. Here's the Swiss livery. And to be fair, this one is okay. I think on depending what aircraft, it depends if it's a bit more, if the livery's a bit more stretched out, or if it's a bit, you know, if it looks a bit better. But I think that Swiss is probably going to go in, like, probably the room for improvement, to be honest. And I've forgotten one airline which actually goes straight in here, because I love the livery. ITA, Italy's national airline, so which I'll add in at the end. But to be honest, I think ITA's livery looks amazing. It's going to go in there, but I will add it on here for, you know, BA. BA liveries, there you go. I mean, you've seen BA before on my channel. You've seen it a lot. This is my personal opinion, okay? BA's liveries aren't an eyesore. They're not just meh. You know, there's no room for improvement in BA's liveries. They're special liveries as well. I mean, we need more of them. There's hardly any special livery aircraft. BA, they look amazing, but to be honest, I think on the 787s and, you know, on the 787s and A350s, when you get an angle right, they look amazing. You know, it's not like empty, you know, it fills the plane. The tail looks really nice as well. You know, the logo, I think, and how it just all planned out. To be honest, I think this one's going to go and I can't beat it. And even though BA is my favourite airline, this is no, like, you know, biased or anything. I really do truly think BA liveries look amazing. TAP. Here's TAP livery. And if you've watched some of my Madeira videos, you've definitely seen TAP before. A TAP livery, for me, is a really nice livery. It looks wonderful. It doesn't look plain. Again, no pun intended. I don't think TAP can improve the livery much. So to be honest, like BA is probably going to have to go in the can't beat it. Now again, this is all for European airlines. This is nothing like, I'm not comparing this to North American Airlines or any airlines from any other continent. This is just European airlines. And at the end, so the 7th episode on this series, I'll do all the airlines from Looks Amazing and Can't Beat It from all continents, and I'll put them together and see, what truly are the best liveries in the world are. So, moving on to Eurowings. Here's Eurowings livery, and again, if you've watched all my Madeira videos, you've definitely seen Eurowings before. So, what do I think Eurowings livery is? Well, Eurowings, I like the colour scheme. I love the purple, maroony colour, and I love the nice teal blue. But the livery, even though the colour palette's good, the livery, it looks okay, but I think there is a lot of white and there could be room for improvement. So it's going to go in front of Ryanair. So let me move all this around. I'm going to use the finger just because it's quicker. It's going to go in front of Ryanair, almost there, but not there yet. So Turkish Airlines. Now, to be honest, Turkish Airlines is like Finnair and SAS. It's a classic. It's just a normal, simple airline livery. It's not an eyesore. I don't look at it and go, ugh, that's disgusting. But to be honest, it probably doesn't really deserve to go any higher than meh. So that's where it's going to go. Oh, what did I do there? So that's where it's going to go. Oh, give me a second. Okay, moving on. Lufthansa. There's a livery. I'm not sure what you think about this one, but on certain aircraft, excluding the A340, I think the Lufthansa livery looks amazing, which is exactly where it's going to go. Look amazing. EasyJet. What do I think about the EasyJet livery? Here you go. Here's the EasyJet livery, and I'm sure most of you have probably flown EasyJet before. Now, EasyJet, unlike, Finnair or SAS, it is a classic airline livery. But the yellow, no, not the yellow, the orange, I don't know what you want to call it, big, line that goes down the aircraft actually makes an EasyJet livery look better than without it. So I think EasyJet is probably going to have to go to room for improvement, but in front of Eurowings, because to be honest, actually no, forget that. EasyJet livery actually does look pretty good. It's not terrible, so it can go there, but at the end, nowhere near high up, but pretty good. Okay, KML. Now, KML, for you that don't know, his livery is the national airline of the Netherlands, which obviously doesn't change the fact how their livery looks. But I think KML livery, it's mostly blue, which is quite a nice colour. My favourite colour is blue. So to be honest, I actually really like KML as the livery, especially on the Embraers and the 787s. I think the livery looks amazing. But I think sometimes a KML livery, you just can't beat it. Now, Transavia, I probably pronounced the airline wrong. Again, if you've watched some of my Madeira videos, you've probably definitely seen it, seen the airline. And actually, it's okay. It's not an eyesore. I actually quite like it. I like the green and red bit at the bottom of the aircraft. I think that's quite a cool touch. But to be honest, the colours are okay, but it's probably going to go in room for improvements. I think Eurowings and Transavia are very similar in the airline and what service they provide. Austrian. Now, to be honest, I haven't seen an Austrian livery in ages. But off of memory, Austrian is kind of like Swiss in how their livery looks. Which means it's probably going to go in the meh section, to be honest. And I think with the meh section, I'm not even going to bother ordering them in, ways. North Atlantic, which, what you don't know, is a budget airline that operates 787s that connect mostly Europe and America. They also fly to Antarctica, which is a cool fact if you didn't know that. But North Atlantic, now to be honest, the aircraft they operate are really nice. The Dash 8s of 787s, which in my opinion is the least favourite out of the three. But North Atlantic, I think, doesn't earn the right to be looks amazing. I think it's definitely a room for improvement, or a meh, to be honest. Probably a room for improvement, I think. Okay, so Norwegian. Norwegian is the most basic livery, I think. It's literally half, well, the nose is red, the rest is white with Norwegian over it. I'm not a big fan of it, to be honest. I think, especially on the 737s, it just doesn't look nice. Which means it's probably going to be our first eyesore. And you may disagree with me with that one, but I think the red stays with the red, to be honest. Next, Wizz. And Wizz, actually, this is probably going to be very controversial, but I really like Wizz livery. Every time I look at it, I go, you're actually a really nice livery, which means it can't be beaten. Same with Virgin Atlantic, actually. Here's a livery. I mean, you've probably seen a Virgin Atlantic livery before. I really like the sparkly white. It's not plain white, it's like sparkly white. I love the maroonish, purpley colours and the red, which again means, it's probably one of its biggest competitors in the UK. BA is going to go and can't beat it. And TUI, again, it's a really nice livery. I really like TUI liveries, or Thompson as they rebranded to TUI, but I don't think it's as good as, you can't beat it, because I think you can. There's 5 airlines here, 6 in a minute, that proves you can beat it. But I think it definitely goes into looks amazing, because it's not bad. Now, I'm going to go get the other airlines I forgot to add, and I'll be back, because I've got more. Alright guys, I'm back after 5 minutes, and this is the new list. So we have added 5 more airlines, and one of these airlines you've probably never heard of before, Smartwings, and well, I didn't until I went to Madeira, and trust me, it is the most ugliest airline livery ever existed in this world. Okay, so if you can understand where this is going already, then you'll know. Which I'm going to start off with. Actually, Smartwings, here's the livery, okay? You've probably hurt your eyes now, and I do apologise, but that is exactly why it's going in eyesore. I don't know anyone who would even like that livery, okay? On the 737 as well, it is just horrible. I hate it. I hate it so much. Yeah, I even forgot the name. I had to search up what airlines fly to Madeira. And I was like, what budget airlines fly to Madeira? I was like, oh, Smartwings, that's the one. Condor. Now, this livery, in my opinion, I think some of the colours are quite nice. Other colours just don't look right on, a 320 CO, Blue, I quite like. Green, meh. Yellow could be a lot better, and red is just horrible. I don't even know why anyone. So if we're going off the blue one, it's going in a room for improvement. Anything else is a meh. A red one is an eyesore. So here are the 4 Condor liveries of the modern day: the blue, the red, the green, and the yellow. Here we are. You can see them all on the screen. Okay. Now, my opinion, I don't like the red one. My opinion, the blue one's my favourite. The green and the yellow is just a meh, you know. Which is quite hard, actually, because I don't know what one to do, you know. Do I give eyesore another by going a red? Or, you know what? I'm going to go room for improvement, and I'm going to go as if this is the blue one. Okay? Because I don't think it's fair, you know, saying an airline's livery is really bad when they pretty much have like 4 different types, and only one of them, maybe 2, actually deserve to be in an eyesore. So, moving on, Loganair, Scotland's airline, national airline of Scotland. Where do I think it goes? Well, to be fair, to be honest with you, Loganair, I like the Scottish patterns on the tail and stuff. And on some of the aircraft, they look okay. On some of the older aircraft, they don't look that nice. Which means it's not looks amazing, because it doesn't really look amazing, especially on like the old ATRs and the Dash 8s or whatever. On the Embraers, though, they don't look terrible. So I'm going to go a room for improvement, because that's what I think it is. I think Loganair is a room for improvement. Okay. So that's where it's going to go. Room for improvement. There we are. ITA Airways, the national airline of Italy. And ITA has recently, in the past 5 or so years, changed their livery. And this livery is the one that looks really nice. There you go, that's it on screen. And you can understand why I like it. Some people don't, and I find them weird if they don't. Now, I never used to like ITA's old livery. This is ITA's old livery. I never used to like it, but ITA's new livery, the nice blue, the green, the red, and like the shiny blue as well. Like, it's not just dark blue like a BA blue, or, you know, it's like quite a nice bright one like KML. And that's why it's going straight into Can't Beat It. And actually, I've just realised that's Can't Bet It. There you go. Now it's Can't Beat It. I just realised that's quite funny. For 23 minutes, it's been like that. Yeah, so that's ITA Airways. And finally, Jet2.com. Again, like Condor, 2 liveries. You know, you got the Jet2 Holidays one, and you got the Jet2.com. They're both the same airline, let's make that clear. Some people think they're 2 different airlines. They're completely the same airline. They are just 2 different liveries promoting 2 kind of different things that the, you know, travel company does. You know, the Jet2.com is more of just travel, you know, take you to cool places. Jet2 Holidays is, well, package holidays and stuff. They're the same airline. They are, you know, run under the same company. They're just 2 different, like, sub-companies run under the same company. But Jet2, as a whole, their liveries, the Jet2.com one on the 737s and, you know, the A321s, the grey, like, kind of like American Airlines inspired with the red tail with Jet2 on, doesn't look too bad. The Jet2 Holidays one, though, does not look good. So on average, you know, if we're going with the Jet, so here's both liveries, okay? If we're going with the Jet2.com, the newer livery, you know, that used to be, well, on the 737s and A321s, it's going to go, looks amazing. If we're going to go with the Jet2 Holidays one, then that's going in an eyesore. But here it is, guys. Here is our final airline tier list. So we'll start from the bottom. So in ISOR, we've got Norwegian and Smartwings. They're both budget airlines. I don't like the liveries. They look horrible. They will not be advancing anywhere to do with any other continent in the future. Meh, in the meh category, we've got Finnair, a bit, basic. SAS again, Turkish and Austrian, they're all a bit basic. Now, moving up for room for improvement, these are airlines that actually, their liveries are not as basic as before. They're not terrible, but again, they could be better. So you've got Eurowings, Transavia, Ryanair, Aer Lingus, which, to be honest, think about it, probably deserves to be top of the group. Swiss, Norse, Condor, and Loganair. They're all the airlines that their liveries don't look terrible, but they're just not good enough to be, further up the board. So it looks amazing. These liveries that I truly think look wonderful. This, again, is just for Europe. So we have Air France, Iberia, Lufthansa, EasyJet. Now, EasyJet as an airline I don't like, but the livery actually looks quite alright. TUI and Jet2.com. And most of them, as you can tell, definitely the last three, are all around the same, all in the UK. And finally, you can't beat the livery. It looks too good. Here you go. This is BA, TAP, KML, Wizz Air, Virgin Atlantic, and the last one we chucked in at the end, just to give it some credit, because it really does look amazing. Oh, there's BA A320 flying past my window. Because it looks amazing, ITA Airways. So I hope, you've seen all the liveries. I hope you understand why this is the order and how I've put them in. Because, that's how it is. So thanks for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed seeing my point of view on where I stand with how good European airline liveries look. Now, I haven't decided what continent, I'm going to be doing next. And I think, I might do maybe North American one next, just because it goes with the flow. And I also will do, after the main airline liveries have been done, I will do a retro livery one, because I think that would be really cool. The airlines retro liveries, because that will be interesting, actually. So we'll do that as well. So this series, I'm not sure, I might do it week after week, although I might actually just add this type of video in on a Wednesday, maybe. You got a video on a Sunday, like a more of a ones we do every kind of week and such, and then a tier, a ranking video on a Wednesday, because I really actually enjoyed doing this. It'll be the same table every time. I'll take a picture of this and I'll just use the same table, and then we can always go back, and eventually, like I said, we'll use the top ones from each category or from each continent, and we'll put them all together, and we'll see, actually, comparing the top ones to the top ones from all the other continents, where do these guys actually stand. And to be honest, when it gets to Asia, what I might do is, even though Asia and the Middle East are in the same continent, what I might do is separate Middle East to Asia, maybe, or because Asia has a lot of airlines. So what I might do is have Asia, maybe like Singapore, like Eastern Asia, and then Western Asia, which includes the Middle East, in a separate one, because there's a lot of Asian airlines, and a lot of them look really nice as well. So I would love to hear your point of view. Is there any that you don't agree with, especially after seeing the airline liveries in this video? Is there any ones that actually you think, actually, that deserves to be one tier higher? Or is there any that actually you think I put them too high? and that, you know, maybe they need to go one lower. So please comment your opinion in the comment section below. I would love to hear it. So yeah, I will see you in the next video where we will be ranking North American Airlines liveries. So until then, enjoy your whatever you're doing, whatever, and you know, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.